My name is Aisha. Welcome to One Elder Speaks. Today we're going to do tarot, and we're gonna do it a little bit differently today. This is going to be specifically for job related, issues. This is going to be deck number 1, deck number 2, deck number 3. We're going to talk about these separately. And I'll see if I can't timestamp it later. I'm not going to do it right this second. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that too, couldn't we? We sure could. With what? Okay, so for the first one, I don't know what these issues are going to bring up. Oh, and if there's traffic sounds, I apologize, but I got the windows open because it's fall and it's absolutely lovely. Let's see. We're talking about job issue number 1. First of all, we want to find out what they're meeting up with. But second of all, we want to know what's the progression of that, and then also what's the advice. Okay, so job number 1. This is in service to the collective, absolutely. And let's go. What's the issue? The issue is working together. There's somebody in your midst. It's like you have an idea of we're all going to work together and make this work together. But there's somebody in your midst who is feeling, because of insecurity, they have a tendency to not want to work with other people because they need to be the one on top. They need to be the one who is doing everything, who's making everything happen. And so when people come together, that makes them not on top anymore. And that creates kind of a vortex of, I don't know where I'm going from here. That puts you in a place of having to stand back and kind of watch these things and realize that they're happening, and maybe you don't know necessarily how to move forward with it. Because you're not, and that's the other thing, you're not getting support from anybody higher up, okay? They maybe don't see this, or they are ignoring it for their own reasons, and so you're not getting support from anybody up on high. So you're not really sure how to move forward with this or how to make it any better. But move forward it will. Even if you don't do anything, there are things happening underneath. You think that they don't see, you think that they don't realize, but actually there's things that are happening underneath. There are things that are unseen that are happening underneath. And things will continue to progress and to move. Jesus, I wish. Okay, I wish I'd have set this up more in the middle so you could see it better. But things are continuing to progress and to move. Don't worry. It's just underneath the surface, so you're not seeing it. Go ahead and well, just know that, you are not alone. And there is going to be some weird deviousness that's going on underneath the, Okay, number 1, things are moving behind the scenes, stuff that you don't realize that's going on. So things will progress and things will move. You may not have any, you may not have any power, or you may not have any position, or you may not have, the support that you want. But that's okay. I want you to sit in the knowledge that you know who you are. You do your best job. You don't be a part of all this that's going on, because honestly, whatever's going on, there's stuff that you don't know what's going on. And I don't think that you want to be a part of it, because it may be a little bit on the tricksy side. So it says it's okay to stand in suspension for a minute and watch things unfold. Or at least that might be what happens in the near future. Now let's go ahead. This is the Native Spirit deck. I used to love this deck a lot, but then they changed the artwork on it to where it all looks real fake and stuff. And so I don't love it anymore. So I'm going to use it for this job one because it's constructy. It's matrixy. Spirit of water. Allow your intuition to guide you in this instance. I kind of got a little bit of guidance myself here recently, and I think I'm going to follow it. Um, and maybe you just need to sit and ponder and think and not hurt yourself thinking, but really just allow the answer to come to you. Because the direction will come if you will allow yourself to contemplate these things. What's the far off progression? I'm just curious. Release. Eventually you're going to be released from this prison. And the situation will not be the same, so you'll be able to walk away. So either the situation is going to change, or your position's going to change, or the job's going to change. Something's going to change. It's in the works. Allow yourself, and the spirit of water is all about water takes the shape of whatever container it's in. Allow that this is happening. Understand that there's really not a whole lot you're in control of in this situation. And allow yourself to take the container, to take the shape of the container that holds you. And the universe supports us every step of the way. I have big faith in that. So know that the universe supports you. There's not a lot of control that you have in this situation. There's an awful lot going on underneath the surface that you're not aware of, and that you have no control over. And so as a spirit of water, you allow these things to do what they're going to do, and know that you will end up in the space that you need to be in. All right. Number 1, that's your reading. This is called the Dark Mansions Tarot, and I love it. It's beautiful. It has Tim Burton-esque type of artwork. Very nice. Number 2. Who was number 2? I believe it was this deck right here. I've forgotten the name of this deck, but I do like it. It's very interesting. It's very medieval in nature. I enjoy it. Okay, so number 2. Again, job issue that somebody is dealing with. Specifically about how people make their money, or the places that they make their money, or, this is about how we make our living, how we do our day-to-day. Yeah, it does feel right. Okay, good. So, okay. The situation is feeling trapped. Oh, and sad. Oh. Wow. There's a lot of trauma in this particular job, and I am so sorry about that. But you felt trapped. You felt thrown away. You felt like you had been. You're at the end of this time, okay? You're at the very end of when these things are happening. But nonetheless, it is trauma. Things are changing. They're not quite even just yet. But you can see that things are moving in the right direction. But you're very guarded. You're very defended. You're very, because of the stuff that you've been through, you're seriously got your walls up. You've learned a lot, though. You are in a very good position to know who you are, where you want to stand, and all that. It's just, you really have got a lot of walls up right now. Now that things have eased up a bit, and things are starting to even themselves out a bit, don't allow the trauma that you have experienced to taint what's coming up in the future. It's saying that the trauma was there to teach you specific things, but but you don't want it to taint the flavor of what's going on now or in the near future. You actually want to look at what happened, but you don't want to take that sadness, that defensiveness, that all that. You don't really want to take that into the, yeah, there was things that needed to be learned there, and things are not quite even yet, but it's okay to release for just a moment. Hang on, with the high priestess here. It's okay to it's okay to reflect on it too, so that you can close it out and put it to bed, maybe, so that you can move ahead with confidence, move ahead with so you can move ahead with brilliance and gusto. Yeah, you're going to have to release the past, because your future looks brilliant. You've got the Six of Wands. That's victory. You're going to have to release the trauma. You know, to be honest with you, what I would do is I would find a counseling service or something of that nature and really delve into what happened and how that's affected you, so that you can release it and move on, because this is about holding on to the past as well. You know, this is death in reverse. So again, you want to move ahead with brilliance and all that. That means releasing all this trauma. And so talk to a professional, or talk to somebody that really has a ton of life experience and that you totally trust them. And I mean, you talk to God. I mean, talk to your higher power. Talk to whomever, but you want to work through this. You want to remember it, you want to sit in it for a minute, and you want to work through it, because you want to be able to release it. You don't want to take that with you, because you're on a fast track to victory. You take this stuff with you, that's just baggage. Okay, number 2, that is awesome. Let's see what the construct card is for you. Dream Traveler. Pay attention to your dreams, because your dreams are here to send you messages. And if you don't remember your dreams, ask to remember your dreams, and Spirit will do that for you. And also, another part of dream traveling is know what your dreams are for the future, and go, well, how does that look in my head, and what does that feel like? And you can see that it does not feel like this. So you do not want to be dragging the sadness, the awfulness, the trauma. You don't want to be dragging that with you, because your dreams ahead, I mean, it's totally beautiful, man. And none of this is attached. So yeah, work through that stuff so you can get over it. All right. Let's see, for group number 3. And I get that about being traumatized by your job, because there's been lots of instances where, I mean, all these little traumas were happening, and you go to a different job and they're like, well, what all accomplishments did you have? And it's like, listen, I erased those memories. They were traumatizing. I'm not kidding you. Anyway, group number 3. Yeah, and they are accomplishments. Group number 3. We're talking about job, how you make your money, how, where you make your money, the environment. We're talking about whatever it is that needs to be done in this situation for this level. Okay. Well, that job certainly looked like a good thing from the start. But it has a cycle. It had an end date. Oh my goodness. Okay. You've managed throughout all the stuff that has happened. You've managed to keep a level head. You've managed to keep your eyes on what's important, which is like making money, like doing my job, like that sort of thing. You've managed to keep yourself on the steady. You saw this as a choice. You knew that it was a choice, but I think you also felt like there might have been a time limit on it. And now it's probably time to just move on. If there's nothing else to be learned or gained from this particular job, it may be time to move on. With the Seven of Swords there, be aware when you move on, this may not make you, that this may make you some enemies, okay? Wow. Anything that you do, though, is probably not going to make people happy with you, okay? Especially people who are kind of low vibing and stuff like that, because, whatever you do it's like whatever you do is going to threaten whatever they're doing. Especially if you're not going by what they perceive to be your role. Your role is XYZ. You're not doing XYZ. Well, then you're a threat to me. Well, not necessarily, but okay. Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah. Don't hang on to the past. You've got this. You are moving in the... I think that whatever movement you're making, and to me it does feel like you might actually be going towards another position or a new job or something of that nature. Something's, you're moving away from hardship. It's going to be good. You're going to meet good people there that actually have your back. You're going to get your wish granted, so I think it's going to pay enough to pay the bills and that sort of thing. And it will leave the past in the past, and that's actually also a good thing. Yeah. It just, it had an end date before you ever got on it, and it wasn't meant forever home either. Anyway, so there you are. Spirit Keeper of the North. The Spirit Keeper of the North is about stability. It's about very mundane things. Home, enough food to eat, clothing, essentials. It's also about wisdom, because you sit in the North and you sit in your wisdom. You sit in your stability and in your strength and in your knowledge on how to deal with the real world. It's interesting because once you deal with all the stuff in the real world, you actually have time to deal with the other stuff as well. So the Spirit Keeper of the North is much about wisdom. So there's a lot of wisdom that you carry with you already. And this will continue to help you to find the right place for you, to find the right home. Now, I probably should have said this at the beginning, but tarot card readings are, nothing's written in stone. Your future included is not written in stone. You have a choice. Whatever you decide to do with your life is your own. Yeah, you write the script. You're the writer, the producer, you're the videographer. I mean, you're everything. You're the grip dude. This is your life and you choose it. Tarot is basically a tool just to help you think or connect with the more, subconscious aspects of self or spirit team. But honestly, make your own decisions in this world. This is your life. And tarot's a tool, but it shouldn't be your all to be all. Okay? All right. Y'all have a lovely day, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.